and they moved down the row. "They didn't like us." Grace's voice felt tight and shaky. Katie put her arm around Grace. "Don't worry, I'm sure there are more families coming in soon." Grace fiddled with the edge of her pinafore and counted the boards on the floor around her. She thought about Mum and the times they used to go to the park near their flat over the dress shop. Grace liked feeding the ducks and chasing Garth and Katie across the grass. Mum would smile as she watched them from the bench in the shade of the big tree by the pond. Grace wished they could all go to the park again. "I'd like you to come with me, Grace." Grace sucked in a breath and looked up. Mr. Laney stood in front of her. Katie gripped Grace's hand. "Why? Where are you taking her?" Her voice sounded high and scared. Mr. Laney motioned toward the front of the room where the man and lady stood. "That couple would like to talk to her." Katie pressed her lips together for a second, then nodded. "Go ahead, Grace." Katie let go of Grace's hand. "Just be sure to tell them I'm your sister and we have to stay together." Before Grace could answer, Mr. Laney took her hand and tugged her across the room. Her face felt hot and she could feel her heart beating hard. Why couldn't Katie come with her to talk to the man and lady? What did they want to say to her? "This is Grace." Mr. Laney gave her a little push towards the man and lady. "She's 7 years old." The lady in the penny-coloured dress smiled. "Hello, Grace. I'm Mrs. Hamilton, and this is Mr. Hamilton." Grace knew she should say something, but she couldn't make her voice come out. She bit her lip and looked at the floor. "Have you been to school yet?" The man's voice was strong and loud. Grace kept her eyes down. If she said yes, would they ask her to count or recite? She could do that with Katie, but not with people she didn't know. The lady bent down toward her. "Can you tell us something you enjoy doing?" Her voice sounded nice, but when Grace glanced at her face, there were lines across the lady's forehead. Was she mad because Grace didn't answer? Grace peeked over her shoulder at Katie. Her sister sent her a pleading look, but Grace wasn't sure what she was supposed to say or do. "Mr. Hamilton and I have a dog named Cooper," the lady continued. "He's a very pretty collie. We like to take him for walks in the park or spend time with him out in our garden. Do you like dogs?" Most of the dogs Grace had seen in London lived on the street and weren't very friendly. Her mum had always told her to stay away from them. What should she say? "What's your favourite food?" the lady asked. If she said Mum's meat pies, would they know what she meant? Grace shrugged. The man frowned. "Why won't she speak to us?" Mrs. Hamilton patted Grace's shoulder. "I'm sure this is all a bit overwhelming." She turned to Mr. Laney. "Do you have information about her background and family? Is she in good health?" "She's in excellent health. All the children are given examinations before they leave England and on arrival in Canada." Mr. Laney opened a file and sorted through some papers. "She's an orphan from London with no relatives who can care for her. She was born on May the 16th. She closed the file and looked up at Mrs. Hamilton. "I can assure you she will have more to say once she feels comfortable. Isn't that right, Grace?" "Yes, Mum," Grace whispered. Mr. and Mrs. Hamilton looked at each other. Mr. Hamilton nodded and then turned to Mr. Laney. "Very well, we'll take her." Grace gasped. They were going to take her. What about Katie? She turned and looked toward the back wall. Her sister watched her with wide eyes. Mr. Hamilton stepped up to the table and signed a paper. Mrs. Hamilton took Grace's hand and started toward the side door. Grace pulled back. "Wait!" "It's all right, dear." Mrs. Hamilton gripped harder and continued toward the door. "Our motor car is just outside. Have you ever ridden in a motor car?" "No, no!" She screamed and tried to wriggle away. Mrs. Hamilton held on tight. "There's no need to make a fuss." Grace's eyes burned and overflowed, and her cries turned to jerky sobs. "That's enough. Settle down, Grace." Mr. Hamilton scooped her up and hurried across the room. Grace tried to get away, but Mr. Hamilton's strong arms pressed her hard against his chest. She jerked her head up, searching for her sister as they passed out the door. Katie stood by the wall, a wide-eyed, fearful look on her face. Grace's heart lurched, and she screamed her sister's name, but the door slammed.